Good evening. Today is already May the 20th, 2023. Today, I suggested that we're going to do a very important moral lecture on the subject primarily about what's the proper relationship between husband and wife, which is one of the five ethics. Five ethics in the traditional moral education in China, and this is actually from the book from the Korean teacher Shen De Dao. Now, in the Chinese people's heart, basically, there is a lot of traditional value. So in America right now, I think this, fundamental values about human relationships are lacking in the education system. The Sacred Virtue Institute has the mission to bring lights into the dark human world. What does it mean? The human world, it's like a whole system, like a whole being, whole body. The body right now is kind of sick. Why it's sick? It's because in the body, the cells and the molecules of this whole human society, which are human beings, when we talk about molecules, which are family, when we talk about cell. My background is in the training of modern life science field, and I used to study the mechanism of cancer. Okay, so I'm familiar with what is wrong with the people who suffers from cancer. When we look at the people who suffers from cancer, when we look at the cells are cancerous, right? Totally wild, out of order. And when you look at the molecules in the cancer cells, the molecules are not behaving properly. Okay. So in the human body, we already know that when the molecules, each one of them has their proper role. They need to be the true identity of themselves to carry out unique function. They need to work together to together carry out the normal function of a cell. The cell and the cell need to work together to form the tissue. Tissue need to work together to form an organ. What an organ is, our heart, our lung, right, kidney. And then all these organs together work, coordinate to fulfill the normal function of a human body, right? So the human world, let's say it's like a human body, okay? The organs are just like each nation, okay? And the cell is the family, okay? So the fundamental unit of human society is family. Family function, family health is fundamental for the health of the entire human world. If you want to make America great again, you must first work on make the family healthy, okay? So that's why I want to pay attention in our Sacred Virtue Institute moral class. Immediately, after Mr. Shim comes back from Korea trip, our community started to deliver a challenge regarding marriage problems, okay? Relationship crisis. Husband and wife cannot work together. Husband and wife both are looking outwardly for other things they consider to be better than what they already have in the family. And they complain about each other not good enough, not fit into their notions of what they consider to be success, richness, power, or sentimental love. They forget that in the relationship called a marriage, it's not about sentimental love. It's not about money, power. It is about a commitment and a responsibility to play the proper role of a husband and a wife, following the law of the universe that manifests into the human society. In the human society, if you already have made one critical choice to choose to be married to each other, to become husband and wife, remember, marriage always have to go through a ceremony, right? Legally, you need to, basically have that legal document that the two individuals are now bound together and are called now legally husband and wife. And in the ceremony, which is spiritual, basically that ceremony is inviting the heaven and the earth and people to together witness the commitment of two individuals to play the role of husband and wife. That's serious. Okay, that choice is very serious. When you already made the choice, when you already proclaimed your role as husband and wife in the family, and when you already received the blessing from heaven and earth and man, and guess what? You must follow the ethics behind husband and wife, these two characters. Because once you committed to be husband and wife, the two of you are supposed to now set up a foundation for a new life. It's called family. The husband and wife must work together according to the law of the universe to be able to together shoulder the responsibility of becoming parents. Okay, and to raise your children, and then the generation after generation, that cascade of events of life on the earth in the human world will be able to continue. This is the law of the universe manifestation in the human society. It's sacred relationship. Anyone, if violate that law, that person is going to face so much trouble, sufferings of endless. So that's why, when we have these moral lessons put on the board, in my heart, I view this to be the true signs of the human society. Okay. We believe in modern science. We play with the molecules and claim that we will manipulate the molecules to treat disease. It's a lie. I have to really speak up on that. As a matter of fact, the molecules cannot be manipulated, just like human beings cannot be manipulated. But the true science is to let each individual wholeheartedly understand moral principles, and then wholeheartedly follow the moral principles to restrain their hearts and play their proper role. And then the human world will be healthy, and the human body will be healthy. 三纲三纲三 3 纲, I checked the Google translation. I think the most proper translation at this point, I also agree, is called a cardinal guides. Okay. there is like head, right? Cardinal means the head, leading guides. That is like the most essential principles and manifestation of the law of the universe in the human world. Very important relationship. This relationship summarized as 父 母 子 okay. 父 father, 母 mother, 子 children. Every one of us have father and a mother, otherwise we are not here. And we are all children. So that's why no human being can run away from this relationship. As long as you're human, the moment you enter into the human world, you're already in a relationship. That sacred relationship, nobody can run away from it. It is 父母子. Just like human beings cannot run away from the entire human society, cannot run away from heaven and earth. We are human beings, okay? So that's why the moral principles, 父母子, the relationship is a coordination of heaven, earth, and man. Respect the father like the heaven. Respect the mother like the earth. Children must show filial piety to father and mother. Just like humanity must follow the law of heaven and earth, correct? So this is very, very fundamental for every human being in the mind. Always need to understand this sacred cardinal guides about 3 entities: 父母子, 天地人, heaven, earth, and man. Okay, always keep that in our mind. When we walk on the earth, do not forget our responsibilities of number 1. We are in this relationship. Don't violate the moral principles of this relationship. Respect father, mother, and do everything you can as a good child to take care of parents. Fundamental kindness manifesting into a human's behavior is follow 三纲, 3 cardinal guides. Okay. Now there are 5 ethics. The 5 ethics, if we think about in the human world, the relationship in the human world, when we are in the nation, we have the king, right? The leader, and now there are followers. So that's also a relationship in the human world. You cannot run away from it. Very, very key, because if a nation is destroyed, everything will be destroyed too. So that's why the 五伦, first one talks about 君 and the 臣, the king and the officials relationship. Then, 师 and the 弟. In this human world, teacher is so important. Every one of us growing up, we need to learn how to behave properly as a good human being. So usually we have spiritual teachers, okay? Teachers who teach you knowledge also are teachers, but the most important teacher is your spiritual teacher. If you can find a great spiritual teacher, you are so blessed. And if you find a good one, you commit to develop this most sacred teacher and disciple relationship. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3 basically is coming to the relationship in the family of brotherhood, right? Sisterhood. The elder and the younger relationship. Okay, very, very fundamental. And then if you extend that to outside of the family, that's basically friendship, right? 朋友, friendship. Now, in terms of the foundation of the family, the new family, is this very important moral about husband and wife. Okay, so husband of wife, this 5 means 5. 伦 means ethics. Okay, 五伦. Now, this one basically is about husband, 夫, wife, 父. together have. This is a key. Okay. This word. Ming. Okay. Look at this word. It's 日. Means sun. And 月 means moon. Okay. When the sun and the moon together, it's bright. For the husband and wife together, the heart must have the brightness. What is that? Truth. Okay. This is truth. Truth is the key. Marriage relationship, husband and wife must be clear-headed, must follow the truth. Without the guidance of the truth, husband and wife cannot do well. That's for sure. So this is a very wise moral lesson. Ming is truth. Two persons from two different families. One is a man, one is a woman. They are not before together in any format of relationship. But one day, they actually join force, leaving both sides of the family. And a bond is formed between the two, and that set up the foundation for a new family. You see? That's very challenging. Very challenging, isn't it? For the husband and wife, both from separate family, to leave the family, to make a new family. How this man and woman can do so? Without the truth of life, there's no way the two people can successfully do so. So there are very deep foundations, for a new family to be established. That's why it needs to go through a ceremony. Needs to have heaven's blessings, because the two of them will face so much obstacles to fulfill such a sacred mission. It's really almost creating a new world here. You know what I mean? And the yin and the yang together and interact. Two separate entities become one. Two join force become one. It's no joke. So human beings, when they choose to be husband and wife, they better in their heart prepare themselves with truth and with commitment, with deep commitment. And that's why in the ceremony, usually, they say some words, a vow. They make a vow that nothing will break them apart until death takes them apart, right? They're supposed to, from that moment on, always be together. It's a sacred vow that heaven and earth and man all witness these two people to now become the foundation of a new life, new family. And we'll have generations come. Certainly don't expect that the journey is going to be smooth and easy. Modern young people, why they cannot make a good family, and they always break. And there is this word called divorce, right? This is nonsense. In heaven's eyes, a man and a woman, if they commit divorce, they basically are traitors. And they break their vow to heaven and earth and man, and they are losers. Absolute losers, okay? And they create so much karma, sin. So it's not allowed. Either you don't get married. If you decide to be married, be serious and go all the way. Don't break, because you have no right to break, because you made a vow to heaven and earth. This is the truth about human life. It's very deep. We'll gradually unfold it, but this is very key. Ming. Okay. Now, in terms of the manifestation of Ming, they will husband have this word called he. He. Just look at this word. it doesn't seem to be so difficult, but it's not that easy. When a man is challenged by all kinds of pressures of life and suffering terribly due to all kinds of, life demands, if the man always remember this word, 和 has no anger in it. 和 has no jealousy in it. 和 has no competitiveness in it. 和 has no anger. Okay? Fighting. Bitterness. Nothing. 和 is harmony and peace and joy. Okay? It takes a man lots and lots of practice of cultivating the good heart to be always keep in a state of harmony and peace in face of all the chaos in the world. Only with that kind of state of mind, the husband can set a good foundation for the family. Husband must be in that state of mind. And what about the wife? What about the wife? That word means follow. Follow and smoothly follow. 顺. Okay, 顺. In all conditions, the wife needs to cultivate this word. Do not fight. Do not create trouble. Do not try to lead yourself without consulting your husband. Respect the husband as a head, the head. And the wife supposed to assist the husband and help the husband to be the head. Make the husband strong. Make the husband healthy. Make the husband happy, contented. That's what the wife's role is. The wife cannot say, I'm stronger than you, I make more money than you, and I'm beautiful and other men likes me and I'm gonna go with other men and make you feel sad and angry and bitter and sorrow and go out to drink and smoke and eventually so angry that becomes self-destructive. This human society, most of the marriage, the problem of the marriage, I guarantee you, it is the woman's problem. Whenever there is a marriage breakdown, look at the woman. Most of the time, it's a woman didn't cultivate 顺. 顺, however, doesn't mean if the husband is evil, doing wrong things, you just follow evil. That's not a 顺, okay? Because what's the foundation of the husband and wife? 明. It's on the foundation of following the truth. Then the husband can be having peace and harmony, and the wife can follow. This guarantees the husband is doing the correct thing. This guarantees the wife following the husband will not follow to the hell. Oh, if the husband is doing all the drugs and the criminal activities, and you still want the wife to follow? No. First is 明. Then there is 和. Then there is 顺. Okay, so that's the order of the moral. When these three words is practiced properly, then we're gonna see 1, 10,000. Fu. How wonderful. That's called good fortune, merit, right? 资, grow also. Rich, very rich, very rich. Okay. 生, rise up, grow up, right? So 1 for 10,000 of merit and good fortune will start to grow up. You see, a family's success really requires that. Husband and wife follow the truth, cultivate harmony and willingness to cooperate and to let go of your ego no matter how bright, how beautiful you are as a woman, remember when you commit to be a wife, you need to dedicate everything to your husband, to allow your energy to feed into the head of the household, your husband, and let your husband lead the whole family. Let the husband has the honor, the glory, the respect, the power to lead the whole household. Then the wife is like the earth, serve everyone in the house, nourish everyone, mind, body, and spirit. So mother's role comes from originally cultivate to be a good wife. And then, the whole family will start to grow generations to come. So for those people who want to consider divorce as the option after they get married, I here say, do not do that. When you are challenged, when you feel the relationship is not working, it is a warning for you, both of you, husband and wife, to look within yourself to see what you have not done correct. This is a turning point. If both of you start to work on yourself and dedicate yourself to seek for the truth and work on your heart and understand that you are now in a sacred relationship, that you will be so rewarded if you work on it. That's the meaning of life. We are in the human world, not come here to live one life and think that we're going to transcendently enjoy some moment of happiness. The journey of the human world, fundamental key purpose actually in every regard is to eliminate your debts, to suffer. Be glad to suffer through it, because every suffering has a meaning. Every suffering is cleaning up your debts, the dark quantum field in your body, in your system, because originally you are so beautiful. Originally you are so high up. While you are here in the human world, I recommend reading Master Lee's recent lecture, why mankind came to be. And then also understand that every one of us are deeply loved by our Creator. Master Lee's second lecture, why the Creator seeks to save all lives. These two lectures I read every day. I meditate over it. And that's the meaning, that's the truth. We must live in the human world and know the truth. Only when we know the truth, life becomes very meaningful. You become the boss of your own life because you truly understand why you are going through the trouble, and you have the courage to confront the trouble and do everything you must do to save the marriage, to build a beautiful family, to raise beautiful children, accumulate merit. So one day the merit will be transformed into energy and you can ascend to our own true paradise. Okay?